Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. And here's a story that I've pretty much refused to report on until now. I mean, another senior ANC official credibly accused of corruption on prima facie evidence. That's so, well, almost every day now. But the revelation that musical chairs Cabinet Minister Thembi Simelane has threatened journalists for reporting on alleged corruption when she was mayor of Polokwane has me in a very different mood. Why, you might ask? Well, when public officials resort to shenanigans to stymie scrutiny over their conduct, that sort of gets my full attention. Honest public officials welcome transparency and oversight to ensure the public's confidence and trust in government. But that is not how Simelane is behaving. Cabinet Minister Thembi Simelane has threatened to sue two journalists on privacy and dignity grounds after a probe into her lavish lifestyle confirmed her expenses by far eclipsed her income. Now, her behavior is akin to the actions of Barack Obama, who threatened journalists that accurately reported on him and his corrupt administration, even perverting the means of justice to spy on James Rosen, among others. Musical chairs Minister Simelane has been moved around Ramaphosa's cabinet repeatedly, despite having virtually no identifiable skills or discernible skills for the posts she has held. She was Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs from March 7, 2023 till the 19th of June, 2024. Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development from the 3rd of July until the 3rd of December 2024, and since then has been Minister of Human Settlements. So why is she even in cabinet? She's been fired more times in 9 months than some people are in their entire lifetime. The current imbroglio is related to her time as mayor of Polokwane, a post she only held owing to her loyalty to Latuli House, not her competence. Caters win every time. Purportedly, in 2016, Simelane, as mayor of Polokwane, received a 575,600 rand loan from a now arrested fixer for the VBS bank to finance and purchase a coffee shop. The loan was thought to be connected to money laundering in the municipality's dealings with VBS Bank. And on the 7th of October, 2024, Simelane said that she had told President Ramaphosa about the loan that she received from Undue Wealth Solutions before he appointed her into his cabinet. Really? Really? Well, for a person who stuffs cash into his sofas and his game ranch, I suppose that wouldn't bother him. Now, Paulie van Wyk and Kyle Cohen reported that Thembi Simelane's declared income for the 2020-2021 financial year, the same period that her Santon business Sylvanus coffee shop ceased to make money, was about 515,000 rand. Yet a list of limited expenses racked up to at least double her income. The lion's share was spent on allegedly repaying an 849,000 rand for the VBS-linked coffee shop loan that wasn't paid back from 2016 until 2021. Now, Van Wyk and Cohen allege that Simelane has a pattern over several years of unexplained income and expenses, including she took ownership of a brand new black Mercedes-Benz Viano worth 1.18 million rand. That was bought with cash, and it was registered in her 78-year-old mother's name. Now, her company T5 Investment also acquired a 1.2 million vacant stand in Pretoria. And over a 4-month period, she spent 250,000 rand on Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Christian Louboutin bags and shoes. Her mayoral salary in the same 4 months was just 156,000 rand. And she spent at least another 171,000 rand on a Disney World trip for her family. How such behavior did not set off alarm bells with government oversight before the press finally delved into her finances is shocking to me. I'm gobsmacked. Except I'm not. It is South Africa. Where were the ethics and standards in all this? Does South Africa's government not keep an eye on public officials for undue affluence? When it comes to spies, counterintelligence agents usually start with the subject's income and spending. It's pretty easy to find spies or corrupt officials from there. Now, when these findings and questions were put to Simelane, her spokesman, Siskiso Machikike, said, "The minister has noted your questions, which emanate from an unauthorized lifestyle audit you purport to have conducted against her." Okay. Then my question to the minister is, has government conducted a lifestyle audit on you? And what were the outcomes? The minister will not be participating in anything or answering any questions that are a product of this campaign that your publications are running against her. Campaign. So of the thousands of ANC officials running around the country and the 36 cabinet ministers, News 24 and the Daily Maverick chose to pick on Thembi Simelane. Okay, I'll bite. Why? What has she done to them? Do they have a reason? Or does she simply have something to hide? Now, Van Wyk and Cowan say the origin of her wealth remains shrouded in mystery, despite several opportunities afforded to her to explain the discrepancies between her declared income and personal expenditures spanning several years. Now, they make fair points. Why Simelane has no interest defending herself in the public eye is odd, assuming she's innocent. To make matters worse in this case, President Cyril Ramaphosa moved Simelane from a position of justice minister to Human Settlements Minister, overseeing a 33 billion rand budget on the evening after the first investigative article was published in the papers. A woman credibly accused of significant unreported income is now in charge of a $1.75 billion budget. Now that strains credibility and also exposes the ANC's comical stand aside rule as a paper tiger yet again. Simalane's lawyers sent the journalists and their publications a letter detailing the alleged offending statements that appeared in the press. In her lawyer's letter, Simelane complained certain statements in the articles were in breach of our client's rights, as well as other members of her family. The offending statements included where she and her family have holidayed in 2019, publication of invoices for her luxury handbags, details about her current and ex-husband, information from personal and business bank statements, including publishing details of her expenses and bills, information on her property purchases and a house she had constructed, and information about a Mercedes-Benz purchased and registered in her mother's name. Now, to be fair to Simelane, I too raised my eyebrow about a few of her personal bank statements shared in public. But some of the information is in the public domain, and those complaints have no legitimacy. To also be fair, she was afforded the opportunity to cooperate with investigative journalists and flat out refused, practically inviting a level of scrutiny absent from her boss, Cyril Ramaphosa. On January 20th of 2025, News 24 and Daily Maverick responded to the letter, rejecting Simalane's demands and claims. And they said the following: the information you claim to be personal and private is patently of public interest, given Minister Simalane's position as a cabinet minister and member of the National Assembly, the ongoing controversy around her VBS loan, and her opaque sources of wealth. Now, folks, the epic failure of the ANC government to protect the public interest is clearly manifested in this story about Simelane. Owing exclusively to Daily Maverick and News 24's months-long investigation into this case, the Hawks conducted a search and seizure of documents on Simalane's former personal assistant and office at the Polokwane local municipality. The Portfolio Committee on Justice and Constitutional Development called Simelane to Parliament to explain her coffee shop loan, and the Public Protector opened an investigation triggered by a complaint from Action SA MP Athol Trollop. Where there's smoke, there could very well be fire. Oh, and before we wrap up, I should note that when asked to explain herself, the ANC cater pulled out the tired old ANC playbook to explain her conduct over the VBS loan. She accused the banking industry of racism. She explained that she took the loan because, as a black woman, it had been hard for her to secure a business loan at the time. So you're trying to tell me that as a politically connected mayor of a city that oversees millions and millions and millions of rand or dollars of tenders awarded to private vendors, you couldn't get a loan? Really? I find that implausible. Now, that pretty much says a lot about the entire situation, no? When asked for transparency, she resorts to race hustling. And that's exactly what happens far too often. So what say you, South Africa, Mzansi, Lasagna, South Africa? What do you have to say about this issue? Are you concerned about Thembi Simelane, or is this just a tempest in a teapot? To me, it looks like there may be something here. And the fact that they're going after the journalist rather than explaining themselves to Parliament, to the government, and to the public would lend credence to that. What say you? I don't have the evidence. All I have is news reports. Let's see how this plays out, folks. Cheers.